The Meat Improv!
Hello and welcome to The Meat Improv with me, Josh Simpson.
And me, Jake Jabbour.
The Meat is the storytelling and improv comedy podcast where we bring on two comedian guests to tell true meaty stories from their lives. And then what do we do with that, Jake?
Well, we take those stories and we use them as inspiration for long-form, improvised comedic scenes.
That's right. It's a blast. We got a Patreon, patreon.com/themeatimprov. You get access to our Discord channel or our backlog of little episodes called The Potatoes, where Jake and I talk about improv stuff we're teaching or interested in. It's on pause for July, but we're coming back. And we also have a new t-shirt store called T Public. I should probably know that. That's right. It's tpublic.com /stores/the-meat-improv. tpublic.com/stores/the-meat-improv. And we got shirts there that are 30% off. You can get a shirt for $14.
Hey.
Nice.
Or a coffee mug or a phone case that we don't quite have the sizing right on it. I haven't been too meticulous about setting up the merch store, but if you're interested in such things,
yeah,
go ahead, knock yourself out. Awesome. So let's get to the fun part of the show now that we've done all the business. Let's introduce our guests. So both guests today were former teammates with Jake on Mondegreen.
Oh, nice.
Woo-woo.
How's that for a poll?
That was good.
And now we all improvise in the abyss together, claiming no allegiances, and also we haven't performed live in a while, so it's really great to see you both. Let's introduce them. First, Genetra Tull. Welcome, Genetra.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to see you guys over Zoom.
Hi, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And Allyn Pintal.
Hello. Also excited to be here with y'all.
Hi, Allyn. Excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. This is honestly the most socializing I do just in my week. So it's always, I don't know, I guess we've talked about it on the show before a little bit, but the things you take for granted, just crossing paths at the clubhouse or, wherever, wherever you see your comedy friends. It's been very strange, I guess, to if you're not on Twitter or I'm not on Facebook. So right now at this very moment, so I'm missing some stuff on there. But you can really feel disconnected quick, I think. I don't know. I feel. Well, what should we talk about, Jake? What have you been up to? Have either of you been doing anything exciting with this in the last month or couple weeks? Or what's I'm just curious to know how you're doing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a fair check-in. How are you?
How are you?
Wow. Why is that question so hard? I'm good. I'm doing all right. I started learning how to roller skate.
Cool.
And it is very interesting getting older and then strapping those wheels onto your feet. You feel fragile very quickly. And those falls, they hit harder than I remember.
That's very scary.
Yeah.
So what?
Go ahead.
Did you go buy? Did you have roller skates and you kind of dusted them off, or?
Yeah, I had roller skates. I had roller skates and roller blades, and I was like, let's see which ones my motor skills remember. And very quickly was like, neither. So I was just getting back into what that feels like, and it definitely feels scarier now than the last time which was years ago. Years. That's what's going on.
I'm just curious about how your overcoming the fear of doing it. Because for me, I would be like, it would be hard for me to weigh. I just am like, what about like, yeah, you talk me through it.
Well, I got really good pads, elbow pads, knee pads, wrist guards, helmets, and I just strap those puppies on and stand up. And then from there, you take a breath and just start trying to move. Like that's just kind of, you just kind of got to do it. I know it feels like what I don't know. Okay, sure, just do it. Kind of phrase, but yeah, you just kind of just got to take that step. I also started by falling first, like forcing myself to just eat it, so that I'm like, okay, I know what this feels like. Let's go.
There you go.
Like kind of kill the fear, undercut the fear.
Also terrifying, but that I'm like, okay, all right, I see.
Yeah, but if you watch, I filmed myself. If you watched me do it, I might cut the video down and show you, Jake. I go real slow and I'm squatting down real slow, and then I just kind of lay down.
Great. I'm even more on board at this point.
I feel like I went to a roller rink for definitely an event that someone else made me go to. And I remember like roller skating as an adult. I was surprised how much it hurt my hips. Was there anything like that where you like put on your roller blade or the skates again and you're like, ooh, this does it. You kind of,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's from having a strong enough core. And so there's nothing supporting those, or like strong glutes and strong core. I have neither of that as well. So I'm always sore. I'm always like, I'm learning, oh, that's a part of my body I've never felt before in my whole life. And now it hurts. So,
yeah. I had a similar thing. Like when I first started playing basketball again, after 12 years, never playing a game, like I used to be the type of player that would like prove their worth by like diving after a loose ball, or like I'd have to be scrappy as a short little guy. And I like dove after one loose ball and sort of like ran into some bleachers, and it hurt so bad. I was just like, I'm never doing that again. I've aged out. It's funny when you realize that you're like, yeah, falling is a bigger deal.
Yeah.
30s. What have you been up to, Allyn?
Pretty opposite of that. I've just been inside a lot, but I've taken up sewing more. I joined like this mask sewing group where we like make a bunch of masks and then just kind of like donate them for free to communities that like have been way underserved and really need the supplies.
Nice.
Yeah. So far I've sewed like 250 masks.
Whoa.
Holy cow.
Whoa.
So how fast can you do them?
It depends. Like I think the fastest I went when I had like all the materials prepped, I made like 40 masks in 3 hours.
Whoa.
That's impressive, Allyn.
Thank you.
Allyn, what was your sewing seamstress abilities or experience beforehand?
Oh, almost none. Like mostly just trying to hand sew t-shirts, like trying to crop them and then hem them myself. And then like I had very little experience with a sewing machine because my dad used to have one that was really old, and I've been borrowing my roommate's that's a lot newer. So I just kind of practiced on some shirts to get the hang of it. And now I feel like I'm just cranking them out.
Whoa.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Anything like I like and I guess this also goes to skating too, but like I'm just fascinated with like the process of things and like what you learn about doing it a second time or a third time, or like, is there anything that you're like doing now at the end of all these masks that you weren't doing at the beginning that you're like, this was like a game changer?
Oh, I guess definitely like cleaning out the sewing machine regularly. Yeah, because it started going slow and I freaked out because it's not mine. And then like I read up that you actually have to like dust it out because like dust collects inside of it. And so like I sweeped it out a little bit and I had like this little dust bunny form.
Oh, whoa.
And then it went a lot faster after that.
That's a great answer.
Very unexpected.
Right?
Yeah.
I had no idea dust gets in there so like it does.
Yeah.
Like a belly button.
Exactly. Clean your sewing machine and belly buttons out regularly.
Exactly.
We're on the same page. I'm trying to think. Like something in the one thing that I started. Man, yours is so selfless and nice.
Yeah, I'm glad I went first.
Yeah. I've learned how to do stand up paddleboarding. Anyone?
Ooh.
Done
Oh my
that?
God. My mind first went to stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I do stand up on a paddleboard. It probably is where I should practice my stand up comedy as well.
That is pretty cool though.
Just on an empty lake doing jokes to myself.
Yeah, and if you don't have that type 5, it just tips. It just
Yeah, that happens anyway. But I rented some last week and I ended up buying one of the boards. But I think I found a hobby.
Hey.
How about it? And I'm getting a board that's inflatable, so like you can, in theory, take it to the ocean.
Oh.
When I drive back to I'm in Wisconsin, I think I mentioned before, but when I drive back to California, I could maybe, keep it up or go to a lake. I don't know. I doubt I will do that, but that's been my new little thing. It's kind of a peaceful little hobby. You just sort of go out in the middle of the water. You can it has like stuff so you can bring like snacks and stuff like that.
What? So you just have like a picnic on the board in the middle of a lake?
Kinda, yeah. I brought a cooler and some music, and yeah, Lanny had one too, so that made it more fun to have two people. But now I only have one board, so it's kind of stupid. But anyways, that's my hobby.
Wow.
I'm at a lake, so the lake activities are, that's what you do at a lake. You do lake activities.
Yeah.
Jake?
I don't know that I have taken up any new hobbies. That's bumming me out. I've been running. I was talking to somebody who was also had been running during this, and they were like, if you had told me 6 months ago that there would be a pandemic and that I would be a runner, I would have been skeptical about the running. And that is absolutely it. I found myself more interested to go running than to lift or do anything. And I'm I'm in Colorado right now, and I was got up yesterday and went on a run, and I was I've hated running my entire life. But it's I just can't be inside looking at another screen. It's I just got to be outside running around. I think I've gotten better at it, but there's no way to I listen to an app that does it has you run and then walk and run or whatever. And they're don't let your arms cross in front of you and take big strides and land on the middle of your feet. All stuff that I was I didn't even I was so turned off to the idea of running that I didn't even consider that there might be a method to it other than just running. So mine is the least exciting, but maybe the most surprising. Yeah, I've been running.
Yeah. The crossing of your arms in front is surprising. Is that an energy saving thing, or does that have to do with the wind?
I think so. Yeah. Genetra, you're nodding your head. Yes.
Yeah. It's the less work you do, the less energy you expend. So the crossing is extra work. And so it's all about keeping loose and then not expending as much energy. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. And pumping your arms can help more than you think it can, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wait till you discover listening to podcasts or music while you run. It's gonna be you're gonna like it even more. You're just listening to it running.
Somebody tell me how to run.
What is it? Run.
Improv!
Cut to a 10-year high school reunion. There's a few friends hanging out around a snack table. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for me. I've just been just working with orphans mostly. You know, you can't adopt them all, but you can. Where I work, we sort of. I'm just more of a father figure to about 200 some orphans or whatever you want to say.
Wow.
Jake, you said you were up to some. You've had an eventful. What are you up to these days? You were really excited to talk about it a minute ago.
Yeah, I've been throwing Barks root beer cans off the roof and smashing bugs with them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Recycling the cans, I presume.
I mean, I push them all into the street at the same time. At the same time, because then when a car drives over it, the look on those dopey drivers' faces is like, what? Did my car fall apart? And then they get out and I go, Barks has bite. And then I run off. I've probably startled more drivers and squished more bugs in these past 10 years than maybe anybody here.
Yeah, I'd say.
I think so. Yeah, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
Hey, very exciting.
What about you, Allyn? What have you been up to?
Me? Oh, I didn't really want to brag about this before I came in. But I mean, since I'm on the spot and just hearing about these orphans and these cans and bugs, I might as well share what I've been up to for the last decade. I've just been laking it up.
Laking it up?
Yeah, laking it up.
What's laking it up?
Laking it up. Like just like at a lake a lot. It's like you just don't expect how hard that's going to be until you do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not much of a brag.
Oh, how much time have you spent at a lake, huh, Josh? Huh? Have you?
Once a year, we do like a summer camp type thing for the orphans out at the lake. But I don't have much time to enjoy the lake. I mostly am working, kind of in a counselor role.
You're splitting up the lake between you and a bunch of orphans. So I imagine everybody sort of takes their share.
Yeah.
It's not the lake I'm worried about. The lake, we do fun things at the lakes for the orphans. They've had a tough go of it.
I'm just so shocked, Josh, because I just remember high school, you were quite the terror. I mean, to see you as a father figure is I mean, I guess not shocking. We all go through changes, but I do remember you like jump kicked one of the kids in the chest. Remember? You like ran across the gym, jump kicked Jake. Not our Jake, but Jake Matthews over there. I think he's over there.
Don't point. Please don't point.
Oh, sorry.
Don't point. He hasn't forgotten.
Yeah, he still has a cast around his whole body from that kick.
And then you ran off.
Yeah.
I regret that. Okay. You know, I've done a lot of work in therapy and just journaling and meditating. And I'm not that guy anymore. All right. I'm not the guy in high school who would drop kick Jake Matthews at a pep rally or whatever I did. I'm not the guy who dunks his dick in every teacher's coffee. I'm not the I'm not that. I care for orphans now. Okay. Consider it my penance. It's not
Okay.
Genetra,
what have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I finished my parents' basement. I finally finished my parents' basement, and so now when I stay down there, it's not all dusty. So that's what I've been up to for the past decade.
Wow.
But yeah, Well, elaborate on finishing your parents' basement so that it's no longer dusty. Did you remodel it or just sweep up a little or
Sweep it.
Well, you know, like frames of houses, the bases are mostly cement, you know?
Uh-huh.
And so then I just kind of wiped down all the cement, washed it down so that it was all wet, so that it doesn't get all dusty, so that my allergies don't flare up. And it's taken about a decade for the dust to really just kind of go away.
Okay.
You ever done that? You ever sprayed down some cement so that the dust doesn't fly up? You ever done that? It's like the same as if you're spraying down like a dirt mound. You know what I mean? So that the dust doesn't go everywhere and get all up in dirt bikes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I built a few houses for Habitat for Humanity.
Do you spray them down with water so that the dust doesn't?
Yeah.
So that the dust doesn't get into the orphans' eyeballs, or, I mean, how are you taking care of those orphans in those Habitat Humanities houses?
Yeah. How are you?
That's kind of two separate projects I do, two separate ways to give back. One is I build houses for families who need them, and then the other is I take care of. I started an orphanage. I take care of the orphans, and
But you won't even build them houses?
They stay at the orphanage. Okay. It's a better situation. You're not going to give an orphan a home.
You're not going to give an orphan a home.
You're not giving the orphan
not if there's not. You're going to put an 8-year-old orphan in a home by themselves without parents. They need an orphanage. Okay, you guys are coming at me. All right. Jake's had 4 root beers, but in this short time we've had together.
Yeah,
it's just surprising. You know, the 3 of us, everyone here is still exactly who we used to be in high school.
Grow up. I think it's weird that you haven't grown up.
What?
You're wearing a life preserver to your high school reunion.
Yeah. And I'm never taking it off.
Because she doesn't have a bunch of orphans she can count on to help her save her from
You don't get what orphans are. Orphans aren't little helpers.
They sound like sweet, cool roommate little helpers.
Yeah. And I could use some roommates.
Yeah. I could use somebody to help me drink all these Barks root beers.
Yeah. I could use someone to enjoy a lake with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you're just hogging all the little helpers.
I'm not hogging the little... You know what? You know what I realized? I think you 3 could use a little parental guidance.
What?
Well, you 3 haven't really grown up.
You're not trying to rope me into helping you build a house or wet down a lawn or whatever.
Yeah. You're going to throw me in.
We made our group projects with you before. We know how that goes. We know how that goes. We're not carrying you, dude.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. I'm not the guy who dunks his dick in the teacher's coffees to get out of doing a group project or whatever I used to do. Okay. Now I carry my weight. If you need help, Jake, sounds like you're kind of experiencing homelessness or whatever at the moment. You're just throwing cans off into the street and cheering when you pop a car tire, whatever you're doing.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to stay at the orphanage for a little while?
Stay at the orphanage? Yeah. And then what? Then pretty soon I'm a little orphan. And then what? Pretty soon I'm having to help you lake it. Yeah.
I'm not the one laking it. That's
man. Yeah. Say no, Jake. Say no, Jake.
You took all the orphans to a lake.
Allyn, I saw a picture of you sleeping on a paddleboard. Okay. I'm not sure that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean by laking it up. What was so unclear about that?
The only person that doesn't seem to have their story straight is you, Josh. Mm-hmm. You're not building orphans' houses, but you're taking care of a bunch of orphans. But they sound like little helpers that carry you around, and now you're trying to bus into.
They're not little. I don't want you to be little helpers. I don't have little helpers. If you keep pressing my buttons, I don't know what I'm going to do.
What? Everyone. Hide your coffees. Everyone hide your coffee.
Hide your coffee.
Well, I'll dunk it in a root beer and crack the can.
Hey!
One of the chaperones at the reunion approaches.
Hey, what are you doing?
Come to think of it, what are you doing?
What am I doing here? Why am I chaperoning a high school reunion?
You're our geometry teacher. You don't have to be here.
They said, don't go, Mr. Buckley. You won't be needed, Mr. Buckley. It's unreasonable to think that a grown man is going to try and put his balls in somebody's coffee, Mr. Buckley. But look who's sorry now. Looks like you've got detention, Mr. Josh.
Not if you can't catch me. He chases him around. They see my character jump into a drop kick into Jake Matthews' chest.
Oh, my pacemaker.
All right, let's get back to the meat part of the podcast. This is where a guest shares a true meaty story from their life. Allyn, you're up. What would you like to talk about?
Hi. I'm going to talk about.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. So let's preface this by saying I grew up in the Bay Area, California. So like the San Francisco Giants were my team, like my family's team. And back like when they were having their really, insane run from like 2010 to 2014, where they won 3 World Series in 5 years. One of their like star players, their star pitchers, was Tim Lincecum, who I had a huge crush on. He was just, he was like lanky but tall and buff and like really long hair. And then I found out he was also half Filipino, and I was just like, oh, that's my husband. And then I found out that he was from Seattle and obviously would like go there during the off season. And I also, in like those years, you could just find information. So there was like a story that was published in like the San Francisco Chronicle or something saying how.
You're asking like this was decades ago. I was like off Herald Night by this time.
Really? It feels like so long ago. But there was like an article talking about how Tim Lincecum bought like $1 million apartment in Seattle, and it listed the address. And my best friend lives in Washington State, and I would like go visit her during Christmas every year. And so like, I think it was like 2011, I went to visit her, and I was like, hey, one of these days, can we like go to Seattle and like maybe go to this apartment? She knew. She was like, yeah, sure. We'll see if we can try and find Tim Lincecum in Seattle. And so we were only like 21, and we went to the like big, like high-rise luxury apartment complex, and it had a doorman. So we were like, okay, let's just like be confident and just kind of breeze on through. And we'll just say like, oh, we heard there's a bar on the 2nd floor. We're trying to go there. And so like we very confidently walked through, and I like gave the doorman a look, and he probably just saw it all over my face. And he was just like, ladies, what are you doing here? And I was like, and my friend was like, oh, isn't there a bar on the 2nd floor? And he was like, there isn't. Get out of here. And so we were like, okay, thank you. And just walked right out. And we never did find Tim Lincecum, even though we drove all around Seattle. And I was just like hoping maybe we'll just see him walking around the streets. And I don't know, I'll pull over and say something, but we never did.
Allyn, how did you imagine it going if you found it?
Truly, I think in my head, I thought it would be like a rom-com where it's like I walk in, and he's like coming out of the elevator, and like we lock eyes, and then he's just like, oh, hi. What's your name? And then I was just like, oh, hi, I'm Allyn. What's your name? Just kidding. I know who you are. And then we would just like fall in love is how I always imagined it would happen.
So this airtight plan called for him to make he had to initiate.
Yes, of course.
You just showed up.
But I would like stare at him hard enough that he would have to look at me was probably part of my plan too.
How you had like this joke lock and loaded.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
You got it.
I know who you are.
I know you are. I'm a big fan.
Well, what's he up to now?
I don't know. He was like trying to make a comeback a couple years ago because there was like a whole thing of like the way he pitched, his arm kind of gave out pretty quickly. So he wasn't a starter for a long time. He was just like a backup pitcher. And then he was moved down to the minors And now I'm not sure what he's up to now.
I'm surprised you had as much information as you did, honestly, on what he's up to.
My point is,
one man.
now is when you strike.
You're right. Tim Lipscomb, if you're listening to this, find me in Los Angeles.
Yeah, you can't go with the World Series years. You have to wait till.
That's true.
Yeah. Have you ever had any other celebrity? I don't know. Was that is that I know there. How do I say this? Have you had any other crushes like that? Or was this unique in that?
Oh, yeah. I think I've always kind of been boy crazy in this way for my whole life, especially when it comes to celebrities. But I don't think I've ever actively tried to meet them like that. I mean, the closest that comes is I went to a Donald Glover concert, then waited by his tour bus. And I got a picture out of it, but
hey, all right.
Yeah.
Hey,
cool.
yeah.
You could have. Again, you struck at the wrong time. If you could just for a little earlier,
I know.
You could have seen his UCB sketch show.
I know. I'm just always there at the wrong time. Also, he was holding hands with the DJ who opened up for him. I think they were dating at the time. So I was just bad timing on my part all around.
I've heard maybe 3 Donald Glover stories, and they're always involve him with a woman.
Hey, I'm sure.
Somebody else remembers seeing him running. I forget, but the fact that you were oh, he's holding hands with the DJ, I feel like somebody else told me one, and it was oh, I went to go see if Donald Glover was there, and he was making out with his girlfriend backstage or whatever, and it's okay, great. But I did see his stand-up at UCB, I think, a long time ago.
Oh, nice. Was he with a woman?
Yeah. I say stand up, but I think he was just on a date at Sushi Shop.
Oh, what?
It wasn't very funny. He was just ordering off the menu or whatever.
I think it's interesting that people keep just kind of busting Donald Glover making out. I just think that's funny. It's oh yeah, he's making out again.
Yeah, those if I ever make it famous, those aren't the stories people are going to be. Yeah, I saw Jake with his shoelaces caught in a fan.
I once was when I worked at Funny or Die. This was a long time ago. I was sent on he was doing a stand-up tour with Whitney Cummings, Chelsea Peretti, and Nick Kroll, and I was sent to help document it. So I had to annoy them on a tour bus for 2 days. And yeah, I don't have a story like that about Donald Glover. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it, but I did once fart on the tour bus before anyone else got on.
Oh my God.
Then the comedians came on and they were did someone fart? And I said, a little bit. And Chelsea Peretti was what do you mean a little bit? And of course, these people I really looked up to and wanted to be part of the gang with. I just farted I farted on their bus, and was just someone that whenever they came into the green room and me and the other guy who was doing camera was there, they would just be so bummed to see us.
I'm talking real shit. Things I should tell others.
Hey, I got the perfect plan. You know how I had a crush on Claire?
Yeah, totally.
She doesn't know how I exist, but she lives down the street. Well, check it out. The first way the romance going is to get him to look at you.
Yeah, very true. Very true. She'll see you, know you exist, and then
her move, balls in her court.
Okay, that's it.
So yeah,
you got to have some kind of line locked and loaded, dude.
No, not with my plan. So I got this big duck suit, and I have a little wagon, a little red wagon, and I'm gonna carry a bunch of live chicks with me.
Okay.
Down the street. I'm in the wagon. I'm just gonna quack, and I'm just gonna circle around her part of the cul-de-sac, and she'll have to say something.
Hey, that's pretty true. I mean, who's not going to want to stop a guy with a wagon full of chick ducklings?
That's what I'm saying.
We cut to the cul-de-sac, and there's like 14 different people with wagons and little duck suits.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Are you kidding?
What? Are you
Who are
trying
you here for? Who are you here for?
I'm here for Claire.
Oh, come on.
Quack, 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 quack.
I knew the guy at the duck suit store. The guy at the duck suit store said I was the only one who sold a duck suit to this week. But I knew because I saw that there was a lot of empty racks where there were duck suits.
Quack, quack, quack.
God.
Quack, 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 quack,
Quack,
quack.
quack, quack, quack.
Quack, 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 quack. I don't. There's so many of us. It's almost commonplace now. It's hard to stand out. I might.
Another guy comes walking by with like a huge bundle of balloons, and it looks like he's about to fly away. And then the other arm, he's got 3 tigers on a leash. Claire! Claire!
Amateur. He said he's calling her name.
Claire! Are you home?
Yeah. Thirsty. That guy's thirsty as hell.
The blinds open up. The blinds just open up a little bit. And we see Claire's eyes look out the window.
Oh God, there she is. I want to put this end of a shotgun in my mouth.
Claire! Claire!
So now we've got a whole cul-de-sac full of gentlemen in duck suits.
Everyone-
Wagons carrying ducks. They all got loaded guns in their mouths.
Claire!
Oh, this one dude is yelling.
Claire!
You guys got shotguns too? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You got the shotguns?
The door peeps out, and Claire sticks her head out, takes a look around.
Claire! Claire! Claire!
Well, I can't. I hear my name. Not exactly what I'm looking for, and then there's nothing else that stands out here. Closes the door.
Claire, no!
None of you was gonna light the sparkler in my butt.
They've all got sparklers lit in their butts.
They're all trying to light it.
So now there's like a train. There's like a train of dudes in duck suits and red wagons lighting each other's butt sparklers whilst holding shotguns. And the balloon guy is still shouting Claire at the top.
Claire!
You guys are amateurs. You can't light your own sparkler. You don't have your own shotgun in your mouth. You don't even have one of the 8th guy in line.
Oh!
Oh God!
Oh!
You need a loaded one? Oh Jesus! We see the blinds open up.
Claire! Claire!
I'm gonna kiss the dead guy.
No. They're all kissing the dead guy.
With sparklers out their butt.
He gets enough kisses that his soul rises up out of his body, and he starts walking away. And then the door opens, and Claire chases after the
ghoul.
Cool.
That's what you want, Claire?
Kiss me!
Oh, Claire! I'm the only one left to kiss all these people so that their souls ascend.
The guy with the tigers is just kissing 13 corpses.
Donald, I'm trying to be like a sleazy agent here. Donald, baby, we need to chat for a little bit. I just want to kind of like feel out what the image you're putting out there. I just kind of want to talk to you about the image you're putting out there. Okay.
What image you talking about?
The image. Every photo that gets busted by you with the paparazzi, you're making out with somebody.
What's
Every
the problem?
single photo.
Doesn't that make me seem cool?
I mean, I guess, but can we get some pictures of style? Maybe you've gotten something to eat. Maybe you're just like, so that we can get into those they're just like us profiles. You know what I mean? We want to see you as like the average human.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Are you jealous that I've been making out so much?
No, what?
No, you've been my manager since the beginning. And to be honest, a lot of people say I've outgrown you.
What?
But this is item number 1 on the list is you're upset that of how many pictures of me making out with beautiful women in celebrity magazines. You want more of me eating food?
Yeah, I think you just should eat more. I think you should just show people that I think people need to know that you're a cock block. You're a giant cock block, dude. Okay?
I'm a cock block?
Yeah, you go out there and you perform, you do your thing or whatever, and I'm hanging out backstage and I'm like trying here. You know what I mean? I'm being as, chill as I can. And then you come back and next thing I know, nothing. I'm of age, man. I want to get married. I want to have children. We've talked about this.
Marvin, this is so desperate.
I'm showing you the real me. You asked for vulnerability.
You put little signs in the green room that say Marvin is looking for a wife or whatever.
The lady said they want someone who's not going to lie to them and be upfront. I'm looking to wife.
Not like else. That. Yeah. That's too aggressive. Even the people who want to get wifed up aren't going to want to, they're going to be turned off by someone who says that's their intention from the start.
Is that why you won't wear the t-shirt?
I'm not wearing the t-shirt.
Why not?
For a number of reasons. I'm not wearing a shirt with your face on it. That's face and phone number on it.
Thumbs up. I have a thumbs up and I'm smiling. It's a great shot of me.
Marvin. You just got to let it come to you a little bit. All right?
How can I? When you just get in the way. If anything. Stop something.
You want me to go take a picture at Wingstop?
Yeah, go take a picture at Wingstop and be I want you to walk up. You have a concert tomorrow night in Utah.
Okay.
Right? Tomorrow night when you walk off that stage, you're just going to blow past all those girls, all those ladies. And you're just going to go straight to Wingstop.
All right, cut to that night backstage. Wow, another great show. All right, everybody, I don't know what you're all up to, but I'm going to Wingstop.
Can I get a selfie?
I got to go to Wingstop.
Wait, Donald, take my number.
If you want if we can do all that, but we got to do it at Wingstop.
Wait, no.
Hey?
Donald, Donald. Can I talk to you real quick? Donald's manager, Marvin. Nice to meet you, ladies.
Whatever.
Can I talk to you real quick? Oh, that hurt.
Marvin.
That hurt. And I don't know why that hurt a lot. Mark, you can't announce that you're going to Wingstop. Donald,
you said I had to go straight to Wingstop.
Yes. I didn't say take everybody with you. You're announcing it. Everybody's going to go to Wingstop. I'm going to be here in this concert venue by myself.
You gotta pick one.
For me. You don't want good things for me. You don't.
I want great things for you, Marvin. Look at all these beautiful people backstage here. I introduced you to Drew Barrymore earlier.
You did. She just kept asking about you. She just wanted a bunch of information about you.
Well, give her some and then...
Is your mic on? Can they hear me sniffling all throughout the stadium?
I hope my mic isn't on. What? I mean, I am going back out for the encore after Wingstop. Oh, God. Marvin, listen, all right? I think you're just a little too self-conscious. All right. I know you had a botched circumcision and
It was hard. That was very rough on me, man. And
We
keep
cut
bringing
out
it up.
into the audience of the stage. What the hell?
What? Circumcision? What?
We gotta wait till he gets back from Wingstop for the encore.
Yeah. I mean, is it worth it? Should we go to Wingstop and wait for him there and then come back?
we got to Wingstop.
Okay, there's 500 people in here. I'm just going to need you all to single file line if you want to order from Wingstop.
Quiet on set. Like I said, this is the scene just after the war when they're releasing everybody, and if someone happens to pass gas, we're going to ignore it. And if you're the person who passed gas, you don't need to respond. A, we should not be asking who passed gas, and B, if you're the one who passed gas, you do not need to say a little bit. Okay? We're just, it's quiet, background, everybody, all these prisoners are going to be marching out. It's the end. It's a very solemn moment. Okay? All right. Camera's rolling. Lights. And action.
Can I ask something before you start?
God damn it. I said action. What?
If someone asks if I passed gas, is it for the sake of the scene, I should ignore the question?
Ignore the question.
Won't that look weird on film if one of the prisoners being released asks if someone passes gas and then no one acknowledges that it was them? Or are you setting up a sequel?
No. A, no one should ask if gas is being passed. B, it's not going to look weird because it's not going to happen. And if for some reason it happens and I don't catch it, there's not a sequel. No, the audience does not care who passed gas or how much gas was passed. The audience is just thankful that the war is over, that the prisoners are getting to go home. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Cameras rolling, light speed, and action.
I have a query.
God.
I have a quick query.
What?
Now, what if someone were to pass gas in the scene, like for real?
Okay.
Do we?
I
then,
passed gas
Oh,
a little bit.
so
Okay, I don't care. If you pass gas, just keep acting.
what if someone else? What if someone else passed gas, per se, in real life, and then we just don't acknowledge that the gas was passed?
That's it.
That's what you want us to do, is not
Yeah.
acknowledge that an event has happened?
Yes. Okay. Don't acknowledge the gas being passed. Don't own up to the gas being passed. Don't pass the gas. Okay. All right. Don't. This should not take that long. Okay. I also, you are veteran actors. You're setting a bad example for all the extras. Okay. Judy Dench,
Yeah.
Sir Ian McKellen, and Jeffrey Rush. The three of you
Yes.
be quiet as the prisoners are being released from war. Okay, light speed, cameras rolling, and action.
But what if my character, in the moment, out of fear of being released from the war prison and having to adapt to normal life, in the moment, my character passes gas as a way to show his humanity from being a war prisoner.
Great. I think that's great. I think we could acknowledge that silently. We don't need to know about the passing of the gas. This is your
This-
character?
Yes.
Okay.
But will not that silence of not acknowledging the past gas completely contradict my character's entire character arc of being the one who spoke up in the first place?
Okay, I don't think so,
Yes.
but let's shoot one your way and then we'll shoot one my way. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is the passing gas. A. Then we'll do one no passing gas. All right. Should get no interruptions because you're getting to pass gas and acknowledge it. We'll do one your way. All right. Sound, speed, lights, camera, and action.
When you say shoot, shoot one your way, then shoot one my way. Are we still talking about gas being passed? Are we now purposefully passing gas between each other? And if so, I think I can monologue about it in the moment.
Look, do you have to pass gas? Or because earlier I think you were asking as an actor, or are you asking if your character can pass gas?
I think I can make it a character choice. If
Great.
the director would like to absorb this new reality where the release of gas is not only freeing for us as prisoners, but freeing for our butts.
So in
The
the
gas was
reality,
prisoner.
in the reality of this, you all are imagining all these characters. They are in prison and they all are holding in a bunch of farts until they're released, and then
Yes.
they all release their farts and
You
acknowledge.
want to fart in
Yeah.
prison? It's
Yes, you'll give away your position. We're escaping from a highly guarded prison camp. If we were to fart on the way out, somebody would shoot us down. And so, of course, by the time we reach safety, we're going to let it all out.
Breaking wind would be freedom.
Okay. All right.
I think your script needs some work.
yeah. I'm going back to my trailer where I will be preparing and eating foods that will make me fart. Hummus.
Why?
Hummus.
You don't need to actually fart. You can just.
Don't tell me how to act, okay?
All right. I guess that.
These new directors.
Really?
What did you do? Did you do some
What did I-
blockbuster? What?
Did I direct?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty well-known director. Okay, I directed Jaws.
Diddly squat.
Jaws.
Jaws.
Okay, Steven.
The Steven kid. Ugh.
Are you all going to your trailer? Is that what it is? Or we're taking a 5? So
I
that
think
you
I
can
need
all
to-
get full of farts.
I don't. An actor prepares.
we cut to a scene. The actors have gotten their way, and now this is a pivotal moment where Josh's character needs to fart. It's a solo moment. All right, quiet on set. We need you to pass the gas. Then we need Dame Judi Dench to say, "Did somebody fart?" And then we need Sir Ian McKellen to say, "I think he did a little bit." Okay, all right. And you just need to fart, Jeffrey Rush, and action.
I've pooped.
This opens up a whole new can of worms.
All right, now the poop.
Did someone poop?
Poop.
I did. That was me.
He pooped just a little bit.
And I will poop with you.
No,
I am poop.
I am poop.
no, stop. Everybody stop pooping. We're way off book. You had one job that you begged to be put in this.
In my
Steven,
defense, go ahead.
No, in your defense,
I didn't have to fart, so I pushed so hard I pooped. And this was like our 8th take. So some of that does lie in the director.
I didn't want to shoot this scene. I thought it was enough to have the prisoners escape. I didn't think we needed one scene where a guy was alone, hiding in the woods. And then he lets
You
out a
can't poop
fart.
in prison. Everyone knows that.
And give away your position?
Come on. Did you know historical research before you shot this scene?
Yeah, I did. And I don't know where the three of you are drawing your research from, but we are way over budget, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Well then.
Well, I'm officially passing.
On this project?
Yeah.
Or away.
You're gonna have to get a new Schindler. All right, let's get back to the meat part of the podcast, where a guest shares a true meaty story from their lives. Genetra, you're up. What would you like to talk about?
Well, I guess the story that I brought today is a story from when I was a kid. And we were the last house on. I grew up like in an area that was being developed, and so when we moved in, our house was the last house on the block, but all these holes were left for the other houses, and we used to run through the bases of the buildings as kids, and which was very, very dangerous because it is just like a concrete hole that has like door openings, but they're just it's all concrete and dirt, and it's like a maze, and you don't know where it's going to open up, and so kids have.
I did that, by the way. I know what you're talking about exactly. Yeah, I did. There was a place like the subdivision next to mine was being built when I was whatever, so we would always go in there and like fart around in the houses.
Cool.
It was crazy. The neighborhood got in trouble. Where we were all running around and one kid cracked her head on the concrete because the doorways are not full height yet because the holes aren't fully dug, and so you had to like make sure you ducked under the concrete opening part, and she ran right into it, bust her head right open, and we all knew that we were going to get in trouble. We just didn't know how quickly or like how it would kind of just because we were like scattered home and then pretended like nothing happened. And there ended up being like one of the moms called like a neighborhood intervention for the kids. And we had to sit in the cul-de-sac basically while all the parents in the neighborhood lectured us about the holes basically because one kid got hurt really bad. And gosh, man, I feel like I haven't told a story in years. It's like not making sense in my head. I guess I was going to try and tell you a story about the whole day, but I jumped to the end of the thing kind of. It was
Tell me a story
a
about
very eventful day. Let me kind of start over.
That's okay.
All right. The day started off with me walking our dog Brandy. And I was on rollerblades, and I feel like I was like 11 at the time. And Brandy saw a snake, and she took off running, and I was attached to Brandy, and I had my roller skates on. Okay.
Whoa.
So then she takes off down the street, and she's dragging me with her. Okay. My sister sees the whole thing and comes out. Right. And then I let Brandy run off because I was like, stupid dog, almost killed me. And I took my rollerblades off, and we decided, hey, let's go hang out with the kids, the rest of the kids in the neighborhood, right? So Sheree, my parents were like, no, you guys can't go hang out with kids. We have to find Brandy. So then we scattered. We all went different. Mom went one way, Dad went, and so Sheree and I went in different directions, okay? All right? we all decide to come back home. Sonshre does not come back. Sonshre is my twin. She doesn't come back, right? So then it becomes, now we have to find Sonshre, all right?
Oh gosh.
And Brandy, right?
And no, my dad had gotten Brandy. Dad had
Okay.
Brandy. So we had the dogs in the backyard, but now we can't find Sonshre.
Oh, no.
Cool? So now we're all scattered looking for Sonshre. I run into a couple of the neighborhood kids. They're like, hey, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm looking for my sister. They're like, you want to run through one of these houses? I was like, heck yeah, dude. Am I a great sister now? Yes. Then? No. So they're running through, and I can't remember her name. She cracks her head. She cracks her head on the concrete thing. And then we scatter. Okay. And I said to myself, I have an alibi. I was looking for Sonshre. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
whoa,
So
yeah.
I head home. They're like, Genetra, where were you? I was like, looking for Sonshre. Sonshre was upstairs taking a nap the whole time. Okay.
What?
All right. Yeah. She had like gotten a headache or something and just went home and like went to sleep. But we're all looking for Brandy and she didn't tell anybody. All right. So now it's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Okay. And Sonshre's up. We're like, we're hanging out or whatever. And she's out front on her bicycle and I'm in the back. This was a very eventful day. Sonshre runs into her bicycle into the side of our neighbor's car and falls. Our neighbor runs back and they're like, Sonshre's dead! Because they're like 5 and they don't really understand what's going on.
Oh.
We run up to the front. Sonshre has just kind of fallen over and she's like bit through her lip. So it's just like a little bloody, right? Next thing we know, so Sonshre has like a bloody lip or whatever. And one of the moms comes up and she's like, the kids are running through the cement structures. We need to talk about this now. And so then all of us kids were sitting basically in her driveway while all the parents were like, what is happening today? Because I guess it was an eventful day for a lot of people.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
While your sister's lip is still just bleeding?
Yeah, she had bitten all the way through it. And she had a little scar
Oof.
right here. But yeah, that day was wild. And part of me is like, was it 2 days? Did this happen over the course of 2 different days? And I'm just not remembering that it were separate events. But I've linked it as all one day.
Yeah. I know that feeling for sure where it's like, did this all happen at once? It feels insane now, but that's how I remember it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just been a little nostalgic, and that memory has been floating around quite a bit.
Go ahead, Josh.
I'm just clearing my throat. Sorry.
Oh,
There's a lot there.
What was like for the adults? What did they rank as the most serious?
The girl that got her head smacked on that concrete, like they had to take her to the hospital. She had stitches. They like paraded her around. They're like, see, this is what could happen. We were like, she looks
Oh my God.
terrible. It was like covered, like, it was aggressive.
Holy cow.
Yeah. And we all tried to act like nothing happened. Of course something happened. How could they not? Kids we don't put all the pieces together.
So all the kids on this block, I'm still trying to like get a sense for it. So like you said you were the last ones to move in.
Yeah. So
and then there was another undeveloped part.
No, there was like, so like the left side of the street was fully completed and we were on the right side of the street and our side hadn't been done yet.
Okay.
So, and so every house on the block had been purchased. People had been living in it, but they were still developing the little areas.
I see.
Yeah. And we all just happened to be around the same age. As they're developing this new area in Littleton that we moved to.
Ah, you're from Littleton. I've been to Littleton.
Good place.
What about like? Do you still keep it? Like, were those friends like friends that you like still have, or no?
No, those relationships dissipated really fast. Yeah, after you get out of that, because I wasn't very cool, and most of the kids on my street ended up being like the cool, popular kids, you know? And I just never got to that status, if you will. And I also really, I always had so much race, so I never really cared to have those friendships. I always had so much race, so it didn't really matter to me that much. And I think that bothered people too. You know what I mean? Because it's like you have to subscribe to things not being cool in order to be cool. And I get too excited about things. So therefore I'm uncool because I'm excited.
Yeah, it does make sense. I can relate to that. Man, I would have killed for a twin or something. I was an only child, so like that whole idea of just like someone your exact age that you can hang out with all the time is like the exact opposite of my experience. I was like I would like go riding around in my neighborhood to like see if people were home to play. Is that like an old thing? Do people do that still? I wonder. Did you all like call on people? That's what we used to call it. But like in my neighborhood, it was commonplace to go knock on someone's door and be like, "Can Matthew come out and play?"
I remember that. I remember doing that. Yeah.
That's so weird. I wonder what it is like now that people just like text or like the parents arrange it.
I feel like the play dates that parents arrange. They're like, okay, our kids are going to play together on Tuesday after school.
Yeah. I totally used to just go knock on doors.
Yeah.
My old neighborhood, I feel like kids would just start riding their bikes after school. Like, I don't think we ever like knocked on each other's doors. It was just like, oh, people are riding their bikes, and you just join in.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
Do kids do that anymore? I feel like it's happening more now because at least I feel like I've seen more kids in the area that I live because of quarantine. It's like parents are like, get out of the house. Please go do something.
Interesting.
But whereas before I didn't even know there was all these kids on my street.
Yeah. I barely noticed kids in LA. I don't even, for my first 5 years, I didn't even consider that there were families in the town. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Like my I only have connections to kids through my niece and nephews. And I feel like so much of it is online now. Like my niece is about 13 and like, she's just snapping all day long, Snapchatting. So I don't even know how much people hang out, but they see, in a way they hang out all the time, but they're not hanging out at all.
Yeah.
Like when I was 13, I would be like, all I'd want to do is like ride bikes or like play sports too aggressively or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't like looking at a computer screen for too long. Even now I get like antsy about it. And I can't even imagine growing up now with the kind of energy I have coursing through my veins to just be like honing it into a computer the whole time. Yeah.
Makes you want to run, right, Jake?
That's right.
I'm talking real shit. Things I should tell me. So Improv.
All right. Search party. Okay. We are here to look for Kyle. Okay. He's only been gone for about 12 hours. So we are still in the sweet spot where we are going to, if we spread out, if we do our due diligence, we can find Kyle. All right. Now there is a county fair happening in the field kitty corner to where we're looking. So be aware of that. Come to think of it, we should maybe just look through. No, we're not going to look through the fair because there's signs all over the fair. The fair is people will know if Kyle's in the fair. Okay, the people at the fair are aware. So no getting distracted. Okay, I can speak English. No getting distracted.
Mhm.
Just stick to our search party. We're looking for Kyle. Everyone's got each other's numbers. We can text.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I think that I know that Kyle was really into that game where you have to squirt the water gun and it moves the horse along for the horse race. I know that he had like the best score at that. So
Okay, you're talking about
maybe if somebody got a higher score than him, it would bring him out of wherever he's hiding.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's a good
one.
tactic.
That's a good tactic.
Good tactic.
Good tactic.
Yeah, I think you should go there first.
We're not
Yeah.
going to the fair.
Why not?
We're not going to the fair. Okay.
What about this? Okay.
You are my best friends.
Yeah, look,
Right.
Yeah.
I care about Kyle. I want to find him, and he always wears like a like that mega fluorescent yellow beanie, right? So like, why don't I hop on the Ferris wheel, and when I get to the top, I'll look down, look for that fluorescent yellow beanie, and then like I'll have a bird's eye view from the top of the Ferris wheel.
That's a great idea.
That's such a good
Right?
tactic.
Thank you,
That's a good
thank you.
tactic.
Thank you.
All you want to do is go to the fair. That's all you all just want to go to the fair. Okay. My boy
No.
is missing and you are all looking for excuses to go and play squirt gun games, go ride the Ferris wheel. I don't know what you're going to do, Claudia, but what? Go eat a bunch of cotton candy because Kyle is a little chubby. Is that what you're going to say?
Wow. And if Kyle had heard you said that and we didn't defend his honor because of that, he would be really upset
Yeah.
that you called him
All right.
chubby.
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to go get cotton candy, but I know that he likes to play hide and seek a lot, right? And I also know that Brandon's going to be at the fair as well. And I know that Kyle was really looking forward to having his first kiss.
What?
So
He told you
I
that?
was- yeah. Oh, you're not as close as you thought you were? Yeah. Kyle was really excited about having his first kiss. And so I was going to go check around around the slushy station behind
Genetra,
there.
aren't you a parent? Have you not had a kiss?
What?
Aren't you a parent? Have you not had a kiss?
No, what? No, I've kissed. I have a child. I have a child.
I know.
I've
Did
kissed.
you make kissless love to make your kid?
Love.
Yeah.
You have kissless sex?
That's not you guys. What about your kids? You didn't have kissless sex. You didn't have. You
I don't have time for this. It's
Oh.
been 12 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're-
Hey.
I know.
Where would
last
you
person
like
said-
to start?
How about at the edge of the woods? We all walk in, kind of go off in sort of separate directions, kind of fanning out, calling.
Oh,
his
that's
name.
good. And then three of you pick a place where you think he might be hiding, and I'll cover my eyes and count to 20, and then I'll try and look for you.
Oh, that's
shouldn't-
good
it
tactic.
shouldn't be hard to
Good
find.
tactic. That's good tactic. Good tactic.
Yeah.
We're gonna be yelling at Kyle's name in the woods, so it shouldn't be too hard to find us. If you want to play hide and seek,
No, this is a tactic to find
tactic.
Kyle.
This is a
If
tactic
you
to find
yell
Kyle.
Kyle, I'll be able to find you, and then we won't know if it was a good hiding spot or if it was.
I'm not hiding.
Shouting.
I'm not trying to hide.
Okay.
Wow. If we
We'll
were
go to the
hiding,
edge of
I
the
would
woods.
hide behind that oak tree. You know what I mean? And because that's where I hear people like to make out.
Get your
They
partner
want-
to kiss you on the lips. I don't know what to tell you.
What partner? We're finding Kyle. Let's not focus on me.
Okay. You're right. That's personal. What is happening?
Or we can use this to our advantage. Kyle's a little perv. Maybe he wants to see a grown woman kissing
What do
somebody.
you mean he's a perv?
He's a little perv. He likes
Everyone
bringing
knows
up-
he's the neighborhood perv.
He likes
What?
watching people kiss. He's
He's
like
a little
watching
neighborhood
people
perv.
kiss.
I didn't. He was a neighborhood perv. He doesn't like watching people kiss.
Wow. Goes to show how much you know about your own son.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not surprised you can't find him.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think my kid's a perv. All right, he's a little curious about adult stuff. It doesn't make him perverted. Now let's get out there and find the boy.
I
All right.
have a question for you.
Mhm.
All right. We've been trying to get inside the mind of a young man. All right.
Mhm.
Where do you think he is? I mean, if you know him so well, where do you think he is? Huh? You had
I would-
mentioned cotton candy before. Do you honestly think he's there?
I trust that the people at the fair are keeping a good eye out for Kyle. And I mean, he does like cotton candy. He does like sweets. I assumed he'd be studying in the woods or something.
You thought your kid would be studying in the woods?
Yeah.
Maybe went out to read.
What? Sounds like
What?
you just want to go on a little nature hike.
Yeah.
I would never do that. Now take your individual bag of gorp, bags of gorp, trail mix. Grab your sticks, your poking sticks. If we find Kyle, we're gonna be able to poke him, and let's go out and find the guy. All right,
All right.
come on, let's walk.
All right.
All right.
Let's search.
Kyle.
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 Oh, look at this.
Kyle.
It's a juniper tree. Now, did you know that juniper trees are actually native to Wisconsin?
I know that I see Allyn and Genetra kissing behind it. Are you two the parents of the kid we brought in here? That was brought in here. Josh was brought in here. He bumped his head. I'm the doctor. I'm the
Oh,
overseeing doctor.
Yeah.
Which is-
Yeah.
That's our kid. That's our kid.
He's
That's
gonna. Yes, he should be okay.
Sure.
We've been getting a lot. He will be okay. We've been getting a lot of kids in here, horsing around, tomfooling, and we were wondering if we might be able to parade Josh around to sort of show what can happen if you're not being careful. So I was wondering if I could use your boy as sort of like an example, parade him around a little bit.
like a commercial.
Yeah, like a little commercial. To like a PSA. Look at this idiot. He cracked his little head open, not paying attention. As kind of, he's the living model of like, this is your brain on drugs. This is a kid just horsing around without not being safe.
We see Josh in the background crawling up a soda machine that tips over and falls on him.
Oh,
Oh, God
Josh.
damn it. He's like a prime candidate. I'll lift the soda machine up and drag him out.
Oh, it flattened my guts.
Okay. Even phrases like that, it flattened my guts. He's just like a prime candidate.
Oh, Mom, Daddy, Mom, it flattened my gut. I tried to get a Gatorade and it flattened my gut.
Well, Josh, if you had seen a PSA about not climbing on top of a soda machine, would you have not done it?
A PSA?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of just do it. I kind of just do things that I want to do. Hey, Doc, what's this thing? Grabs a stethoscope.
Ah! I don't know why I had the stethoscope in while I was talking to you. That part of that is my bad.
Josh, stop.
Bit of an
What?
How can we get you to behave? Would a
I just
PSA,
do it.
if there was a PSA that said don't yell in a stethoscope while it's attached to a doctor's ears, would you have not done it?
I don't know. I was just having some fun. Maybe there should be a PSA for the dumb doctor.
No, we don't need a PSA for the
Okay.
doctor.
I think, yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah,
good. That's
that's
a
pretty
pretty good
good.
point.
You are
That's
two
pretty
parents.
good.
You're not
That's
producers
That's
on
it.
this project.
We
I
got
don't know.
we got to a doctor. A couple of doctors knocking on a door, like a suburban home.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock, knock, knock.
Hi.
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 Hi, are you the parents of Dr. Jabbour?
Yes. Yes. Yes, that is my son.
Oh, that's great. I don't know if you heard, but he blew his eardrums out again, horsing around with the stethoscope.
Oh man.
He does a lot of kind of dumb stuff like that doctors do. Gets his eardrums blown up by a stethoscope.
More than once. I didn't know that eardrums could grow back until that happened.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know it. A lot of doctors don't know it either. They kind of, doctors are people too. Sometimes they like to horse around with their equipment, take an x-ray of different things. Or, so we were wondering, we think your boy would be a perfect mascot for some PSAs about doctor safety, safety around the hospital.
You think my son would be good to, he's the one that messed up. You think he'd be a good one for people to know what not to do?
We just want to show him to the other doctors, make a PSA sort of documenting his various injuries so that other doctors don't kind of follow in his footsteps and do stuff like get the little knee knocker stuck in their cocktail or whatever he did the other night.
Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that. I'm curious. You want my son to be some sort of poster adult for.
Think of it like the Pillsbury Doughboy for Dr. Dunce's.
Dr. Dunce's, yeah. How much will he be getting paid to be?
Jesus, you're one of these kind of parents?
Excuse, what? Me? I'm just looking out for my son.
He's making a doctor's salary. He's making enough.
And now he'll be making a commercial salary on top of his doctor's salary because he is I'm looking out for my son. I think my son.
Sure. You want to get him in SAG-AFTRA, you want to get unions and lawyers involved, you're going to have to pay initiation fee to get into SAG-AFTRA. It's a whole messy thing. But you know what? Or we can go with the scab guy. We can get another
Whoa. Not the scab guy. The scab guy.
Dumb doctor.
And how dare you throw that scab guy.
We get another non-union dumb doctor. It'll be a little cheaper and maybe it'll be a little more directable.
Wow.
His parents will be a little more less...
Well, you go ahead. All right, you go ahead and try scab guy. Okay, go ahead and see what that's all about, huh? Why don't you go do that?
Cut to set. All right, Dr. Janikowski. So the world's your oyster here. You're in a regular doctor's office. We're not allowed to really say this on set anymore, but we are on a non-union set actually. So why don't you improvise a little bit? Sort of you get to do whatever you want to do with these doctor's items.
Okay.
And we'll roll it on you. And whoever you want to kind of hurt yourself or whatever. Action.
Now
I had a question.
When you Oh, you go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You go ahead.
If I pass gas, do you want me to list that as one of my symptoms?
That would help me too as the doctor.
Okay.
If you pass gas, you're the boom guy. If you pass gas, do you want to list it as one of your symptoms? Are you here for an actual doctor's appointment? Because we're shooting a thing here.
Oh, I thought this was like one of those tests where it's like, how long can you hold this stick with a big fuzzy, big foam fuzz on the end of it?
I've never heard of one of those contests.
Well, I'm not a doctor.
I know you're supposed to be a boom guy, but we hired non-union sound guys too, and apparently this is what you get.
Nobody here is going to tell me about my farts.
I don't think so. And stop farting because this is a live set and it's disgusting, and you're picking it up on your audio.
All right.
God, this non-union set is the fucking worst. Got sound guys who think they're in a stick holding contest, farting up their own sound. All right. So again, Dr. Janikowski, you are free to do whatever you'd like to do. Not to lead you too much, but there's a stethoscope. You could put it in your ears and hear something loud with it.
Okay.
And action.
Will he
When-
fart?
What?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Will he fart? Will
When he farts. Wait, no, you go ahead.
You
Wait.
go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. Sure.
I was gonna say
when he farts, wait. Should I pick it up on the camera? As the cameraman, when he farts, do I pan to him to catch the fart?
What are you starting on? You shouldn't be panning from anything.
Oh, I thought
You're
it'd be
filming
cool if I started and then I brought it up. If I started down and then I brought it up. And then
Don't start
pan
down.
to fart. Don't start down. Don't start down, but pan to fart.
We're not farting. Don't pan to the sound man farting. I don't know how many times I have to say this.
Okay. All right. We'll get it in post. We'll do it after.
We're not going to put a fart
Wild
in.
wild
course
wild
the doctor.
farts.
Okay,
Wild
you know what?
farts.
Let's
But
direct.
will it not be weird for me to address the fart and diagnose the fart if there is no fart?
Jesus,
On
every
action.
fucking improviser thinks they're Sir Ian McKellen. Just do whatever you want to do. Fart, stick the stethoscope in your eye, light a sparkler in your ass. I don't care what you got to do. But
Little
just
blinds
do-
open up from one of the little dressing rooms, and we see Claire peek out.
Oh God, there's Claire. I gotta act like a big fancy director, man. Here, I'm gonna put. This isn't part of the shoot, but I'm gonna hold a gun in my mouth.
I am wondering why we built an entire doctor's location outside of somebody's home. All right, parents, let's get our calendars out. Let's see when our kids can play together. I don't want my kid to grow up to be like a weirdo loner. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that she's well
Of course.
adjusted and has a lot of friends.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Let's get the planners out.
Okay. Whoops. Okay.
Whoopsies. Oh boy, one for each.
One for each what?
One for each of my boys.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good.
Good. Okay, so what do you want to hang out?
Okay.
I was thinking of taking Jacob to the baseball diamond. Anyone interested in that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. No, my little Alice isn't much of a baseball person, so
Neither is Jacob.
Oh,
Might be good. It might be good. It might be good for them to get outside and, smell the dirt and, fall and, in a safe way, just get out there and scramble, if you will.
Okay, I didn't think of the dirt. There's dirt on baseball fields, aren't there?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Jacob is allergic. He's both allergic to and loves to eat dirt. So
Okay.
scratch that.
Okay.
well,
Any other ideas?
Well, we've got a whole Saturday open if your kids just want to come over and sit in our house and they could just play inside. You can play inside on the downstairs living room while I'm upstairs listening in, but not prying too much. But they can have.
Yeah, that sounds nice. Can my kiddos join in on that?
Yes, of course.
I don't mean to be, I don't want to poke a hole, but are we trying to get the kids outside?
What kind of outside do you have in mind?
Oh, you sound scared. And that's fair and that's valid.
Yeah.
Natural History Museum. Okay. They have an outdoor exhibit of dinosaurs that starts next Friday. I was thinking of maybe taking Charlie to go see that outdoor exhibit. Would any of your kids be interested?
That sounds
What
nice.
sorts do they have?
What kind of dinosaurs?
What kind of dinosaurs do they have?
Okay. I'm looking it up. It looks like they have a pterodactyl. They've got a T-Rex. They've got
Sorry, that's going to be a no.
Why?
Pterodactyls pterodactyls are a flying dinosaur, as you know, and both Jacob and Nash are very dinosaurs, and they won't go outside for fear of it. So if they're presented with proof at a museum that dinosaurs could indeed fly, their fear of birds will only get exacerbated. So
Fair enough.
pass.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Fair.
Fair.
enough.
That's fair. And that's fair.
Fair.
And that is fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
They're doing a outdoor showing of the outdoor showing of Home Alone. It's on a lawn. It's outdoors. It's a movie. That seems pretty relaxed.
Home Alone is relaxed.
Now, if I remember Home Alone correctly, the parents and the family leave, and the young boy is left home alone.
That's it.
Yeah.
He has trouble shopping. Misuses aftershave.
Yeah, those are a couple of the smaller subplots.
Yeah. No. Nash and Jacob are afraid of hitting puberty.
They're afraid of hitting puberty?
Yes, because I told them that hair is going to start growing in places they never had hair grow before, such as their pubis and their faces. And to have a boy on screen splashing their face with aftershave and screaming in fear is not the kind of image I want to be showing to my boys. I might never get them to leave the house if that's what they're going to be haunted by.
You are the
I
only...
have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're the only one that seems to be saying no to everything.
Me?
Yeah, you said no to the baseball diamond, which was your idea. Then you said no to Allyn's house. Well, I said no to Allyn's house because
You
I
said
said
no
we're
to
trying to
Allyn's
get them. We're trying to get them outdoors. You said no to the museum because of pterodactyls, and now they're afraid of puberty. Are you afraid of pterodactyls? Are you afraid of puberty?
Am I afraid of puberty? I don't think so. I had kids, didn't I?
Did you have a puberty list?
Do you have a puberty list?
Probably not. Saying it out loud, I don't think that you did.
Still,
If
still
I was
fair
able to
wonder.
reproduce before puberty, no.
Okay.
I can't be listening to that kind of idea, in fact. A puberty-less kid, I haven't even fathomed that before. Hey, all in favor of voting Dale out of the group? Say aye. Aye.
Why?
A puberty list. I don't
Why
know
am
what
I
you're
being
trying
voted out? You are the only 3 other parents in this fucking cul-de-sac, and my kids are going to turn into little freaks because I can't get them outside because they're allergic to dirt and puberty, and they need to be outside. And Allyn, it just seems like you don't even watch your kids. Just let them hang out in a basement alone or whatever. Please. My kids need to interact. They need to socialize.
Well, throw something out there.
Yeah.
One of Josh's kids comes in the room. Daddy.
What a
Whoa.
freak.
I think I've gone and hit puberty, Daddy. I spotted
Looks right
your
at
hair.
Dale. Dale?
What? You think I made your kid hit puberty?
You can't stop blabbing about it.
I had nothing to do with your kid hitting puberty. That is a big old kid. Look, dude,
Jacob, what makes you think you hit puberty?
Well. Oh.
Jacob, What makes you think you hit puberty?
Well, I'm starting to bleed out of my penis, Debbie.
Good. These kids are growing up so fast.
That's
He's only
not puberty.
28. He's only 28 years old and he's got these kind of problems.
That's not puberty.
I think
He's
it
28
is.
years. You want your 28-year-old son to play with our children? Did I hear that correctly? That your son is 28 years old and he's peeing blood?
I'm just peeing it.
I'm moving. I'm getting out of here. This neighborhood is insane. I can't even begin to unpack all the issues. Look at this giant boy peeing blood out of his penis.
You don't want me to play with your kid?
No.
No.
Oh, well, that's going to scar him.
No.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for ruining his childhood.
That ruined his childhood?
His childhood was ruined 2 decades ago.
I'll have you know this boy is an orphan, okay? I adopted him.
What?
Your comments were insensitive. 20 years ago, he was an orphan. I looked after him in the orphanage, okay? Some of the work I do.
I get it.
All right, that'll do it for the Meet Improv. Thank you so much for being on. That was really fun.
Yeah, thank you both for coming on.
Yeah,
That was
thanks
really
for
fun to
having
put
us.
together.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I had a great time.
Excellent. Well, let's plug whatever you got, whatever you want to tell the listeners at home about. Let's do it. So, Genetra, let's start with you. Anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Genetra T. I think that's most of what's happening in quarantine.
Yes, indeed. I always read that as Genetrat. I don't know why.
Genetra.
Makes a lot more sense as a T. Anyways, Allyn.
Yeah. Also follow me on Instagram and Twitter at HeyAllyn, HeyAllyn. I think there's an underscore after that on Twitter. Also, I don't think I said the name of the sewing group that I'm part of. It's the Auntie Sewing Squad. They're also on Instagram and Facebook if you're interested in joining or want to donate.
Awesome.
Yeah. You can check out weimprov.org for workshops and jams and all that stuff. Or look for me at Wake Up with Jacob on social media.
Great. I'm at Josh Simpson on Instagram. Mr. Josh Simpson on Twitter. Nothing really else to promote at the moment. But the Meet Improv is on all of the channels. We are on TeePublic. You can get a discount on our t-shirts there. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/meetimprov, and we have a YouTube channel. So check us out on all that stuff. That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. Stay safe out there. We'll see you next time.